Okay, hi, good evening, everyone. So, shall we start? So, before we start with the things, did you guys try that project work? Any of the questions did you guys try? Right, so I have this opened up. So, we did up till here. This questions up till here we did. So, did you do this, the other questions over here on this? Because we discussed like, these all are on the same basis. You have to count over here, you have to count the customer IDs. Over here, you have to aggregate the data on the basis of month. So we have a formula of month. You can extract the month from there, and then you can start aggregating the data. And it will give you the total monthly sales that had happened. So you have to calculate in this monthly sale. So I'm not sure if anyone has tried this. So you don't have a column of sales in that, right? If you would see your data, don't have that column of sales in that. Sure, Mohsen, I'll just show you that. Let me just open up the SAS. Okay, so I'll do up till here. So after that, I will leave it up to you, right? So you can do it, and then you can ask me the questions how you need to. If there is a specific question that you will have. Okay. I just want all of you to try at least and try to find something on the basis of that. So I just have to make the data set once again, because I made it into the work library, so it will not be anymore over here. Yep, so I've got the data set because this is the corrected data over here. I'll open the data set. So this is what we have, right? So I have the date field with me. I have the unit price and I have the quantity. So the thing is that I do not have the column of sales. So can I calculate the sales over here with the help of unit price and quantity, right? So if I multiply these two, I will get the value for sales over here. So what I can do is, let me make the data set. I will say I want to make a data. I'll call it as monthly. Just giving it a name as monthly over here. Set retail. I will be using the retail data set. Then I will keep the variables. I just need to keep, because I have to calculate the monthly sales. So I will keep invoice date. I will keep, so I'll just mention this once. So first of all, I need to calculate the column of sales. So sales will be sales equal to unit price multiplied by quantity. And how can I get the month? Month will be equal to month of invoice date and in the keep I will have to specify these columns, their names that I need to keep them. Otherwise it will not keep it. Sales and month. So these are the columns that I need, and I'll run it. Okay, it is done. So Month. Did I specify something wrong? Month equals to month of month of date dot this. Right, so I got the month. So this was the month Jan. So this is the first month. So everywhere it is coming as 1. And if you go, you will get all the months over here, starting from the first month up till the last month. So, you will actually notice, in this data, what we have is we have the data for 2010 and we also have the data for 2011. Okay, so we have the data for 2 years, 2010 and 2011. Do you think by just bringing the month over here, will I be able to solve my problem? Right? No. Why? Because what will happen is if I'll sum up the sales on the basis of month, so first month, of year 2010 and the first month of 2011, everything will be clubbed together. So that will not make much sense to me. So what I will have to do is I will also have to extract the year from here. So I will bring year also, so that I can actually get the output on the basis of year and month. So for each month, I should be able to see that completely sales over here. So I will make that. Right. I hope you are getting my point. Anyone, any questions on that? Oh, I think I didn't change the function. So this is it, 2010, and in the last we will have the year of 2011. So these are the month of 2011 that we have. Okay, so we have 2 years of data in this. Now my data set is ready. So what I need to do is I just need to apply that first dot and last dot. That's it. I will create data and call it as monthly 1, set monthly. Okay. Now if I'll say by, I will say by year. So data has to be sorted, right? First of all, I need to make sure that the data is sorted. So I will run prop sort data equals to monthly by year and month. So because if I have to aggregate the data should be sorted on that variable. So let me close this. I'll sort this data. Okay. So after this is done, I will say by year and by month. If first dot month, if my month is coming for the first time, then what do you want? Right, the month will be coming for the first time. You will have to create a variable where you will say that the value is picked up as whatever the sales is. If this, then total should be equal to the sales, else we will put sales plus, oh sorry, total plus sales. So sales column we already have, that is it. And if it is the last dot, if last dot month, That's it, and you run it. So this is the code that will give you the monthly aggregated sales. So we have got 22 observations and 5 variables. So if you see, oh sorry, I opened the wrong data set. Monthly one. So in the first month 2010, this was my total sales. In second month, this was my total sales. Third month, this was my total sales. Now, if you want, because I'm only interested in this data, these two columns are something that I could have removed also, right? I could have removed these two columns because ultimately these are nothing. These are the first rows, whatever the information was there, it is still coming along with this. So I will say drop over here in this. While creating this data set, I will simply specify that drop invoice date and the sales. So I will drop these two columns. So I'm only left with the data that I'm interested in. So the data set is created. Let me run a proc print on this. Proc print data equals to monthly one and run. And if you want to put a title in this, you can put up a title, monthly sales report. Right, so I can see the output now, month and year and the overall sales. That is it. Okay, class. Any question on this? If you want, I can share this code with you all.
Hello, sir.
Okay. So with this, I will be taking a pause on this, and I will expect all of you to try the other questions because they are also on the same lines and create it. And if you face any challenge or difficulty, definitely you can ask me anytime on that. Yep. So we are just now starting with the W now. So this was the last question that we have done. So yep, Mazman. So we are starting with the W. So this we will be taking a pause on this on the SAS. Okay. So now let's start with this SAS W over here. Just all of you give me one moment. Okay, class. So let us start with the new the subject of yours, the data science program, right? So this is the final training subject that you all will be having now. So up till how over here, I think you have completed your R, Python, SAS, and now finally with the W. I guess these were the four subjects that you all would have started, right? Did you had any other subject apart from this? R, Python, SAS, and W. Okay. And I guess your batch is running since this, the March, I guess, right? Before lockdown, since before lockdown. Due to that COVID-19, right? I think your sessions were online, and they would have been of a shorter time. No worries. I think 2 more weeks and your trainings would be complete. And I hope you all have started applying for the jobs and posting your resumes. Naukri.com, LinkedIn, everywhere you have updated your profiles. So, do we have anyone who knows Tableau a little bit? Any understanding on the Tableau tool? No one? So let us start with this, right? So Tableau, is a tool, right? So this is one of the most widely used tool in the analytics industry, right? Like, if I just try to tell you that, how the things happen in the on any of the analytics project is how the things start and how you finally, reach to that point where you say, your project is done. So it travels through a very big journey, right? So in which the first step always starts with the data visualizations, right? So till the time you do not have the understanding on the data, till you don't understand what data is telling you, you cannot do any of the predictive modeling projects. And even if the company doesn't want to have any predictive modeling, or they do not, have any projects related to that predictive modeling, still every company, right? Even if you talk of IT, based IT services companies like, TCS, Infosys, HCL, right? Or if you talk of any product-based companies or the companies which are working into core analytics, right? Like you have Mu Sigma, you have Absolute Data, you have Smart Cube. Now these are there's EXL, this is eValue Serve. So there are a lot of companies which work purely onto the side of analytics, right? So every company will 110%, they will be having a lot of projects which will just revolve around reporting and dashboarding using the tool Tableau or Power BI. So that is why, this tool is very must for any other person who is aspiring to be into the field of data analytics, or trying to, become a data analyst, or looking out for data scientist role. Because mostly, their the initial projects will always be on towards the dashboarding side. Well, now why dashboards, right? So what dashboards are and why do we need the dashboards? We will try to first understand them, and then we will do all these things practically also into the tool tab. Now, data analytics, I guess you all would be aware of what exactly data analytics is all about, right? The process of inspecting, cleansing, transforming, and modeling the data with the goal of discovering useful information and suggesting conclusions and support decision making, right? So I hope now no one needs explanation on this statement. All of you are clear on this? Okay. So of all the data analytics process, what happens is the things always start with data visualizations. Okay. And what do we understand by visualization? That when we try to represent the data in the form of visuals. Okay, so you all would have created a lot of visuals in the R, in the Python, in the SAS also we created certain visualizations, right? Now, if I ask you all a very simple question over here, why do we convert the data into the visualizations? What will be your answer for that? So why do we convert the data into the form of visualizations?
To get a generic overview of the data which cannot be seen otherwise in raw data form.
Okay, so better representation makes sense. Anything else? So we have to understand better, faster recognition, okay, better understanding. So mostly what I see is most of you are saying it is quick and easy and you can see the trends, okay, right. See, if I just go by a very simple layman's language, right, the reason why the visualizations are used. So definitely, when you are basically with the help of the visualizations, you can actually, it is easier to comprehend the data. That is definitely sure, because big rows of data, they can be concisely put into a single visualization, and with the help of that, you can easily understand what that data is trying to tell you. And the main thing is, the reason we use a lot of visualization is, first of all, human behavior, right? Humans are used very much used to of seeing the visuals and understanding them. And secondly, as a human behavior, you will actually remember a visual, for a longer time as compared to a textual data. Okay. Like, for example, let me ask you all of a quick question over here. Did we discuss this question on the water cycle? Right? Did we discuss that water cycle example sometime in the past? Okay. So do you all know water cycle? What is water cycle? Okay. So how do you remember that water cycle, Mohsen and others? If I say water cycle, what comes to your mind?
So the whole concept, na, matlab jab how the water evaporates and you know then we get rain and then that forms river and that basically identification में से जैसा ocean से पानी उड़ा फिर वो as clouds जा रहा है then there is rain
Right,
then there is a
right.
water stream.
Right. So you get all of you would have got this kind of visualization. There is a cloud and there is this river over here. Water is going from here to here. Evaporation हुआ यहाँ से, and then there is the precipitation that is the precipitation. Then finally it happens and it rains over here. Right. This is something that would have been coming all to your mind, and definitely this is one figure that you all would have seen in your class 6th or 7th, or if I remember, or maybe before that also, around 5th, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Almost like for all of you, like average, on an average, it would be somewhere around 15 years back, you all would have seen this thing. But still you remember this visualization, right? So that is what the power of visual is. Now, if I ask you, okay, you all remember the visual. What was the text that was written that below that chart? I hope no one will remember, right? What was the text that was written below that? But the chart we can all kind of remember and portray it over here. So this is why visualizations are basically used a lot in every industry as well. And if I take some real life examples, like when you are going onto the road, the moment you see there is a petrol pump symbol, right? On the highways, you would have seen there are a lot of petrol pump symbols that you see. By looking at the simple symbol itself, you are able to understand that there will be a petrol pump at 200 meter, or there will be a speed breaker at 200 meter, or there will be a sharp turn. So we actually use the visualizations a lot in our day-to-day life as well. And if you would have seen any of your electronic gadgets, on the electronic gadgets also, they give you a lot of symbols that like they put up a cross and they make up dustbin over there, do not discard it into the dustbin. So they don't write it, they just make a symbol and you are able to understand from there. So that is one reason, that is the reason that why we actually use these the visualizations a lot into the industry. Okay, so this is basically how the journey of a complete data analytics is all about, right? So it starts with the descriptive analytics. I hope all of you understand this slide. Descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and prescriptive, right? This slide doesn't need much of the explanation on this. Okay. So see, when we talk of Tableau, so what we are doing is we are generally talking onto the side of descriptive analytics. What is descriptive analytics? Descriptive analytics means to describe the data and what happened basically. So the same thing that you do in your EDA everywhere, that is you are trying to see what had happened based on the data. Were there any outliers? Were there, how the variable was behaving? What was the mean value? What was the average value? You are trying to see that what happened based on that data. And another name of descriptive analytics is also BI. BI stands for business intelligence. Okay, you all would have heard this term a lot, BI, business intelligence. So Tableau, when we talk of, so Tableau is actually called as a BI tool. Okay, the another name for Tableau is you call it as a BI tool or you call it as a visualization tool. So these are the names by which this tool Tableau is generally recognized by. So if you would have heard of the tool Power BI, right? So the name itself tells you Power BI. So in that also you do the descriptive analytics, you make charts and everything in order to analyze your data. So in the name itself, you have the BI over there. Okay, so now once the BI is done, but once you understand what happened, then you go to the step of why was there something happening, now what will happen on the future, and then how you can control that thing, that what is going to be happening into the future. So how you can control the things. So that is something that comes under prescriptive analytics. So coming back to this descriptive, so this is where we will be exploring the capabilities of Tableau over here. Okay. See, basically what we do is the whole agenda of using the Tableau or any other BI tool, right? There are a lot of BI tools in the market. You have Tableau, Power BI, Cognos, ClickView. You have the high charts, data wrapper, Looker. So there are hundreds of tools that are available in the market which are used for the same purpose. The whole and sole purpose of using this tool is to create a dashboard. Okay. So what is a dashboard? Can anyone define what is a dashboard? Okay, right, something. So summary of activity gives info about the whole activity, right? So it represents reports in the form of a chart. Right. So most of you are going in the right direction, right? So basically dashboard is something that gives you a complete summary of your data in one single view. That is basically what the definition of a dashboard is. A dashboard is something that gives you the complete analysis in one single view. Okay, can you give me some examples of dashboards? Where have you seen the dashboards in your I mean, as a real life examples? Right, Vishal, COVID dashboard, marketing analytics, okay, WHO, car dashboard, right? Can I say car dashboard? So you have a dashboard in the car. It also gives you the complete summary about your car, how much fuel you have, at what speed you are driving, if you are wearing a seat belt or not. So you are able to see that complete information about your car on that single screen, right? That dashboard that you have. What was the average mileage? What was the kilometers you have driven? So you get the complete report over there. Similarly, when you watch any of the cricket match or like these days IPL, if anyone of I hope many of you will be watching that IPL matches as well. So over there also they show you a lot of dashboards, that how many these two teams have played in the past, who was the top scorer, who took the highest wicket. So you are able to get that complete summary of that match in that one single dashboard that they show you. Now those dashboards that you see on if anyone of you follows stock market, over there also there are a lot of dashboards that are created, right? So these dashboards are something that gives you the complete information into one single view. And on any on any channel, on any website, when you see any of these dashboards, they are created through any of these tools, right? Previously what used to happen was like when these tools were not that much popular and these tool people didn't know how this tool worked, at that point in time dashboards used to be created with the help of coding and all. People used to write a lot of .NET coding and other codings in order to create the dashboards. But now these dashboards can be created just by the simple clicks. Okay, sorry class, just got an important call. Okay. So now, this is like previously what used to happen was we used to create dashboards with the help of Excel. Also, we can also create dashboards, but over there you have to write a lot of coding, and only then you will be able to create a dashboard. But with the Tableau, you can create that with the simple clicks itself over here. Okay, right? So this is something that we were discussing. Textual nature of a data is something that can be improvised by adding visualization methods. Why visualizations? Because we all are good at understanding the visual patterns. So now if suppose I give you this text in front of you, definitely you will say that, Amit, we will have to spend some time in order to first read it and then tell you what is the summary out of this. But if I convert the same information into the form of a chart, it becomes really quick and easy for any of the person to grab that information from here, right? So if you see, the information that we are trying to showcase over here is what percentage of different generations they own a smartphone, right? So over here I can see that 92% of the millennials, they own a smartphone, and 67% of the baby boomers are the people who are born between 1946 to 1964. Then we have the same analysis for tablet, like what percent of people own a tablet and what percent of people are active on the social media based upon the different generations. Correct? So you can actually analyze the things very quickly with the help of the charts. If you see, there is another example. With the help of this chart, we can identify which food is the most preferred across the world. So by simply taking a look at it, I can tell that the highest preferred food is Italian, right? It has the highest share. Thai is the least preferred food across the world, right? And this is how we actually create some business dashboards. So if you just try to see, this is a complete overview, a financial overview about a company, where you can see that what was the total sales that was generated, what was the target, what percentage was achieved, what was the profit, what was the profit margin, what was the discount they gave, right? So you have a state-wise analysis, right? This is the map of US. So which state gave high profit, low profit, high sales, low sales? You can see all the things in this map. You can see the top 10 products by profit, region wise breakup, category wise breakup. You have the monthly trend, right? Like how the sales went up and down over a period of time, how the sales went up and down over a period of time. Then you have a profit wise. So kind of all the financial metrics are showcased into one single screen. And the beautiful part about these dashboard is these are very, very, interactive. What I mean by interactive, like if you will click on any of the states over here, all the charts will get updated and they will show you all these numbers for that particular state. If you click over here, say suppose this is Montana. If I click on Montana, it will show me top 10 products by profit in Montana. How what were the sales across different categories in Montana? How the sales was changing monthly in Montana. So everything will change according to the Montana over here. So that is why these dashboards become much more interactive and easy to use. You can very easily drill down the things and reach to a point which is causing some issues in your business, right? Any questions over here, anyone that you would like to ask? Okay, I know till now things are pretty simple. So right, so what is data visualization? So data visualization is all about, it is all about how to represent your data in the form of charts to the right people at the right time in order to gain insights most effectively. So data visualization, they provide insights into the complex data, communicates the key aspects in a meaningful way, provides required information in easy way, and best platform for presentation. So these are some of the key importance, key positive points about the data visualizations. Now, how do we actually distinguish the different parameters in the visualization? Maybe the things is basically how do we actually leverage the power of visualization? So these are the 4 parameters on the basis of which we are able to make the most of the visualizations. One is color, another is shape, size, proximity. So what do I mean by color? Color means, so like for example, this is a chart that you see over here. So each color is representing some category. Okay, so by color you are able to identify that, say suppose this is category A, this is category B. So by color you can very easily recognize that. Second factor is shape. Shape means, say suppose I make a small chart over here like a scatter plot. Okay, this is circle. Say suppose circle means male, and I make triangles. triangles means female, right? So that means with the help of shape, I can actually identify that what is happening onto my data. Similarly, you have size. Size is something on the basis of size you represent the data. Like for example, if I make small circle, right, that means smaller sale. If I make bigger circle, that means I had higher sale, right? So this is something when we try to represent something in the form of size. Proximity means closeness. So mean is if we are trying to showcase a similar information, we will try to keep those charts near to each other so that it looks like a storytelling to the end user. So that is how we actually, these are the 4 parameters that we actually use very actively in terms of creating our visualizations and more importantly the dashboards. Okay.
So can you once again tell about proximity, how proximity plays a part?
Yeah. So let us go back to this chart, the dashboard over here. If you just take a look at this now, if you will see, okay, so these, if you see, these are all the breakups that are shown. So this is region wise breakup, category wise breakup, subcategory wise breakup. So all the breakups on the basis of different parameters, it is coming all together. If you see all the time series analysis, all the analysis that are done on the basis of time, this is on the basis of time, this is on the basis of time, this is on the basis of time. So all the time series analysis, they are coming together in one single view. All the breakups, they are coming in one single view. So this is called as proximity. So the charts that are showing similar kind of an information, they should be placed next to each other. Just imagine, if I show you this chart over here, and then right after this chart, I show you a time series analysis, and then again I show you something, a map over here, and then again I show you a time series analysis. You will be confused that, why don't you show me all that similar information together? So over here, I can very easily see that over period of time, how my sales versus target have changed, how my sales trend have changed current year versus last year, and how my profits have changed over a period of time. So I can see all the analysis related to each other over here. That is what we mean by proximity. Okay. Okay. So, these are some best practices. So definitely best practices, we will come on to a later part once we make some visualization so that you will have a better sense in terms of understanding this. Okay, so like I was giving you the examples, there are a lot of tools which are used for purpose of data visualization: Tableau, ClickView, Fusion Charts, High Charts, Data Wrapper, Power BI, right? So there are a lot of tools which are used for the same purpose. So now, why Tableau, right? So why are we all trying to learn Tableau and not any other tool? So let us try to understand. So Tableau is a tool that can be connected to any data source, right? You can connect your Tableau to any data source which is available in the market. You can connect it to the Excel, PDF file, CSV file, SQL Server, Oracle, your cloud, Facebook, LinkedIn. I mean, you can connect your Tableau to any of the data source, and you can load in that data and start making your visualizations or the dashboards. Okay, so what are the key features that Tableau has? First of all, Tableau is a BI tool and a data visualization tool. Perfect. It is easy to learn. It is completely drag and drop. Okay. There is no coding required. Everything will be done with the help of dragging and dropping the things here and there. With the help of Tableau, you create interactive dashboards. Interactive means you can actually talk to the dashboard. You click somewhere, the data will change according to that. Share and interact. So sharing of the report is very easy, right? So all the reports that you create, those reports can be shared over the web. You just have to share the link and anyone can see your report. Easy implementation and real-time collaboration. So where you in the company is easy to implement, and plus you can show your real-time data as well. If your data is changing, every moment, your report will also keep on getting changed according to that. Smart data connect over the cloud. So like as I mentioned, so you can publish your reports onto the cloud and the people can access your reports from the cloud. So there is no dependency on any of the hardware or any of the devices. So these reports that you will create, right? So the application, there is a mobile application also of the Tableau which can be downloaded on your mobile phones. and you can easily see the reports on your mobile phone as well, on the go, or your tablet or your laptop, anywhere you want to see it, you can see those reports. Again, if I just give you a small example, these tools have become so, advanced these days. Like, sometime back, I was working for one of my projects for one of my client, and they were using Power BI. Okay, so over there, I was working on the Power BI for them. So the client asked me that, okay, Amit, can you create a report which I can actually see on my smartwatch? Can you believe it? So I was like, there was a report that we had created, and he said, so just make some changes to it so that, I don't even have to open my phone and all. I should be able to see the report on my watch itself. And we were actually able to create that report with the help of the Power BI. Right, so definitely, on the watch you cannot show a bar chart, right, or you cannot show a scatter plot. If you have a lot of data, it will be visible. It will not be visible on the watch, right, due to that screen size. So what we did was we actually showcased important KPIs in the form of numbers, that total sales, and there were some arrows that we used. So this is how we were able to create that report, just to serve uh, the requirement of the client. So this is where the technology has reached, and this is how mobile the people want to be. Okay, so visualization without coding. So as I mentioned, so Tableau doesn't require any coding. So everything that we will do, that will be drag and drop. It can be easily integrated to the servers: Salesforce, MongoDB, Oracle, MySQL, Amazon Redshift. You can easily connect to any of the files: JSON, the PDF, Excel, CSV, spatial files. So it's a simple drag and drop. You see a small example over here. You drag it and drop it, and your chart is ready. That is how easy it is to use. Okay, and with the help of this, what we do is we create web-based dashboards. Okay, and there are a lot of companies that rely on the Tableau for all their reporting purpose. Just a couple of names of the companies which are using the Tableau: Cast.com, Capgemini, Amazon, AOI, Camelot. So these are some of the famous companies, Accenture, which use Tableau a lot. So these are different career options that you will get: BI developer, Tableau consultant, Tableau architect, BA, like this wise. Now, this is an important slide. Now, this is where you will be understanding what are the different products that you have from the Tableau. Okay, so this is something that we will be trying to understand over here. Now, please pay attention onto this to understand this thing completely. What I will do is I will just break this chart into two parts. Over here, one part, and this is another part. Okay, these two tools, they are called as, these are my development tools. These are my development tools. When I say development means these are the tools on which you will create your reports. Okay, Tableau desktop and Tableau public. So these two are the development tools. At the bottom that you see, online, server, and reader, these are the collaboration. These are the collaboration tools. Okay, what I mean by collaboration, see, any report that you would have created, over here, it has to be shared with the client, it has to be shared with the end users. Am I right? So if you create a report, definitely your managers, senior managers, they would like to see that report and make some decisions on the basis of that report. So how will you share it? So these are the three tools that will be used for that. So first of all, we will understand the development tools. So development tools are nothing. They are the applications that you need to install on your system so that you can start creating your reports, right? Like if you have to use Python, so you install Anaconda and then you launch your IDE from there. Or if you have to work on R, you install R and R Studio. So those are the applications, the development tools on which you create all your models and do all your ED and everything stuff. Same way you need Tableau desktop. Now, there are two versions that you see. One is desktop, one is public. So technically, if I speak, there is only one development tool, and that is desktop. Okay, there is only one development tool because desktop is a licensed software. you actually have to pay $70 per month. So this tool costs $70 per month per user. If in your company there are 5 people who are using Tableau, so you will need 5 licenses for that. Okay, so this is what the cost is, and you can all download this for free of cost for 14 days. You will get a 14-day trial of that. And from where can you download this? Just give me a moment. Yeah, so you have to come onto this website tableau.com. If I'll come over here, so I'm just sharing this link with all of you. You just have to click on try now. If you will click on try now, okay, you just have to put in your email address and click on Tableau free trial, and your software for 14-day trial will be downloaded. But please do not download this for now. Do not download this software now, because I will be showing you something else on the top of this. Okay, you can download this software after, once you complete the training, then you can download this. Now, there is another software that Tableau provides, that is Tableau Public. Okay, now Tableau Public that we have, this is a free tool. This is free tool. You don't have to pay anything for this. And this is just meant for the students, academicians, or the professionals who want to learn Tableau. So this is lifetime free tool. So you can actually use Tableau Public instead of Tableau Desktop, because you all are into the learning phase. And the good thing about the Tableau Public is all the features that Tableau Desktop has, all the features are available in the Tableau Public also. There are few limitations. Definitely there are few limitations. If the limitations will not be there, so no one will use this and people will just keep using this only, right? There are few limitations which I will be telling you what they are. And but those limitations are something that will not stop you from learning Tableau, right? So you all have to download the Tableau Public and not the Tableau Desktop, because this is a lifetime free software. So how do you download this? So I'll share the link for that. The link for that is public.tableau.com. Okay, this is the link that you all have to use to download this. So I'm just putting this on the chat. So you put in your email address and then you can download this from here. Okay, this will download the public version for you, which is free to use for lifetime. Okay, class. So you can just put this software on the download. In the meantime, it will keep on getting downloaded and installed. So installation is nothing. You just have to click on next, 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 and it will be installed in just 2 minutes. It won't take more than 2 to 3 minutes to get installed. So I'll just wait for all of you to download this. I think, it's also, I'll just wait for what we can do is, in the meantime, if you want to maybe you all are able to access the link. Are you all able to access this link over here? Anyone having any challenges? Okay, I'll just show you how these tools look like. I'll just launch them. So this is the license software. And if any one of you have any of your cousins, friends who are in the college, you can actually get a free 1 year trial as well of the license software. So you just need to upload the ID proof of that person, and you will get a activation key, and you can use the Tableau desktop version, the licensed one, for 1 full year without any problems. Now see, so this is basically how the interface of Tableau. Now this is the licensed one, the licensed software. This is how the interface of our Tableau licensed software looks like. And now I'll open up Tableau public. So I have a Tableau public as well. So I'll open up the Tableau public also. In the meantime, let me show you something. So I hope you all would have done one analysis, right? Did you use any of the Titanic dataset in any of your courses? Did you use the Titanic dataset? Yes, yep. So do you remember, like, that data that we had, that Tableau? So actually I created this complete Tableau dashboard on that. Let me show you this. So it is the same data, the one that you all used. So now just see, you would have created some visualizations over there also. And now see the same thing, the same data storytelling over here in the Tableau on that data. Actually, my tab public, I think this has got corrupted. Okay. I think my tablet public has got corrupted due to some issues. I'll just reinstall it. See, this is basically, a complete data storytelling with the help of the Tableau over here. So everything is done in the Tableau. So all the analysis that you would have done, so I can show you over here, right? So Titanic, when did that incident happened? How many people were on board? How many people died? Right? So if you come to the next page over here, it gives you the journey. Like, this is where the ship started, this is where it sank, and this was the destination where it had to go, right? So if you see, we have a complete the data analysis, how many children died and survived, how many male died and survived, how many female died and survived. So we have an analysis for that, gender wise and children and the adult wise, right? So we have an analysis on the basis of survival, the marital status, how many people were married and what were their median ages, the people who died, and this is the data for the people who survived. I have a filter over here. If I just want to see the data for male or just the female, I can choose it from here. Say suppose I want to see the data only for the male or probably just for the female, I can see that, right? Similarly, if I'll come further on this right hand side, I can see what was the analysis, how many people died who were with family, how many people died who were traveling single. So we have analysis for that. Then we have the analysis on the basis of from which destination, from which location they started their journey. So we had a column of embarked, C, Q, and S. So some started their journey from C, some started from Q. In which class were they traveling? Were they traveling in the first class, second class, or the third class? So we have a complete that analysis of the data, right? So this is something that is called as data storytelling. So if you just try to compare these charts with the ones that you would have created in the R or Python, so definitely these charts are much more visually, appealing and pleasing, and they convey the message in a correct way over here, right? So this is basically these are the kind of these are the kind of things that we will be doing in this Tableau. Okay, so have you all downloaded this Tableau software on your machines? Are you all able to get it? Perfect. Okay, so probably this is not working. Tableau Public is not working, but nothing to worry. You all can use Tableau Public, and I'll work on the Tableau the license software in the meantime, and but there won't be any difference that you will see. So just launch, all of you just launch your Tableau Public, open the Tableau Public. Let me tell you the first difference here itself. So the first limitation that you will get in the Tableau Public is, see, in the license software, your license software can be connected to any data source. Excel also, text file also, Access also. If I click on more, this is the complete list, right? MySQL, Marketo, MariaDB, Cognitio, IBM DB2, Oracle, SAP, Snowflake, Teradata. You can connect your license software to any data source, but you will not be getting all these options in the license software, right? Like in the license software, you can only connect your Tableau free version only to some of the files, right? You will be only be able to connect it to Excel, text file, JSON, Access, PDF files. So there are only limited options in the free version, but in the licensed version, you have all the tools available to which your Tableau can be connected. Okay, so this is the first limitation that you will see. And any which ways, you right now, no one of you will be using any of these data sources. If you are, so definitely go with the licensed software. And if not, because in our training session also, we will be working with the Excel text files only. And I'll show you how you can connect it to Microsoft SQL Server or cloud as well. Okay. So now if I just go back to that PPT, right, we were discussing a couple of things over here. So we discussed these two areas, right? We have covered these two areas. I hope these two parts are clear to all of you. What is desktop and what is public? Anyone, any questions on this? Okay. Then we have the 3D collaboration tools. What we mean by collaboration is, now like, the report that I was showing you, now this report that I have created, if I have to share this report with someone, how will I do it, right? So in order to share this report, there are 3 ways of that. One first way is online and one is server. So these two are server based. Okay, these are 2 server based sharing tools. What is online? Online means you publish the report on the cloud. Okay, you will publish the report on the cloud, right? Like you have a Google Drive, or you can use your the other, that what you have is that Dropbox and all, they are all clouds, right? So in this case, what will happen is Tableau will give you a space on its cloud. Tableau will charge you for that. Definitely it is not free of cost. Tableau will be charging you for this, and they will say, okay, you can publish your reports onto my cloud, and they will create the user IDs. So a person will log in to his account from that user ID, and he will be able to see the report. This is one way. Second way is server, which is a physical server. Physical server means, in this case, if you see, in this case, the server was being managed by Tableau. In this case, the server will be managed at your end. In your own office, you will have a physical server at your place on which all the reports will be hosted. Okay, so that is another way. And the third way is reader, right? Like, you and these two will cost you your money, and this reader is free. What is reader? I hope all of you are aware what is PDF reader. You all know what is a PDF reader, right? PDF reader is something that you use to open up the Acrobat files, right? And it comes for the free of cost. Same way, there is a Tableau reader. So in this, what I can do is, this report that I have created, if I share this report with you over the email, right? If I share this, I can share this file as an attachment also over the email. Now, if I share this file with you, if Say suppose you don't have Tableau, you do not have the Tableau license with you. So how will you open it? So in that case, what you can do is you can actually download a Tableau reader. This is a free software. In the Tableau reader, you will be able to open the report, but you will not be able to edit it. You will not be able to make any changes, right? Like in a PDF reader, the Acrobat reader, you can open the PDF files, but you cannot make any changes to that. Same is the thing with the Tableau reader. But in the case of online and server, the end users, they can also change and edit the report. Okay, definitely it will be if you will give them the rights. Say suppose I give all of you the right to change the report on my server. Definitely in that case you will be able to make the changes on that cloud, but otherwise not. Okay, but in the Tableau reader you can only open it, but you cannot modify it. Am I clear on this? Are we all clear on this? These different tools that you have from the Tableau. Okay, perfect. So I think what we'll do is let us take a quick 10 minutes of a break, and after a break we will start. In the meantime, if anyone faces any challenge in terms of installation, please let me know. Okay. So reader is not that much important. The reason for that is because you all will be working from the development side, right? So for you guys, the Tableau desktop will be more important. Public reader is just the report that is created. You can just open it and see it. That's it. So for as a learner's perspective, it is the desktop that is the most important. Okay, so class, let's start now. Do you all have this software now with you? So shall we start? Okay. So this is the Tableau, the tool that we have. Okay. So let me just show you the data that we will be using. Okay, I'll open up the data. So see, in your case, the Tableau public will also be looking like the same. It is just that in the center area would be blank because you don't have any files right now on your machine. So this area would be coming as blank, but on the left hand side, you all will also be seeing the same thing like these, but the limited sources over here, right? Do you all see the same? And just go to the Google Drive. Okay, go to the Google Drive, and from there, you can download a data set. Let me just show you which one you can download. In the RM articles, there will be a folder of Tableau. Okay, the link that I have shared. So over there will be a folder. I think you do not have the data set. I'll just upload this data set in 1 minute. Just give me a minute. So all of you please go to that folder. I have just uploaded a file by the name Office Supplies XLSX. Okay, I have it will be there in just a minute. It's just getting uploaded. Okay. So the file is uploaded. Yep. So once you come onto this link, so there you will find this file, office supplies.xlsx. Okay, this is the file that you all have to download. Yeah. Okay, so class, are you all able to download the file? Great. So I just wait for some response over here. So let us start with this, right? So this is a small data set just so that you can all get little familiar with the environment of Tableau, right? So this is a small data set that I've just uploaded. If we'll open this Excel file, this is a generic data set, where we have some sales data, right? Like on a particular date in this region, this representative, he sold 62 units of pen set. Okay, and the unit price of each pen set was $4.99. Now this is a small data set with almost like 30-40 rows in it. Okay, and we will be using this data to understand how Tableau works. So first thing is, now I'll open up the Tableau. First of all, I need to bring this data into the Tableau environment. Okay, I have to bring that data into the Tableau environment. Now, what is the source? What is the source that I'm using over here? That is an Excel. Okay, I am using Microsoft Excel because my data is in the Excel file over here. So what I'll do is I'll simply click on Microsoft Excel. You click on that, and then what you have to do is you have to go into that folder where that file is located. So I'll go to that folder and I select my file. Okay, I'll select that file. The moment you will select that file, Tableau will create a connection with that file. Okay, Tableau will create a connection with that file and you will be able to see this kind of a window coming onto your screen. So over here you can see the name of that file, and over here you can see the different sheets that you have in that Excel. Okay, so these are the different sheets that you have in the Excel. The 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are different sheets. So you can see all the sheet names coming over here: copy, east, office supplies, sheet 1 and west. Has everyone connected to the Excel? Can you all see the sheet names? Perfect. Now if you see, in which sheet do I have my data? My data is in office supplies sheet, right? My data is in the, so we have a lot of sheets. My data is in office supplies. This is a sheet which I want to use to extract the data. So as we discussed, it's a drag and drop. Simply drag the sheet over here. Drag sheets here, drag it and drop it. And right away, you will be able to see the data. So the data that you had in the Excel, you can see the data over here in the Tableau interface now. Okay. Now, once the data gets loaded into the Tableau, the first thing what Tableau does is Tableau assigns the data type. Okay, see, data types are everywhere in every tool. So Tableau also assigns the data type over here. Now, in this field, you have the data of date. So you can see a small calendar symbol. Calendar symbol means that Tableau is reading the data over here in the date format. Over here, if you see, this is just a character data. So it is written ABC. ABC means that a Tableau is reading this data in the form of character. Okay, and this is hash symbol. Hash means numeric data because you have numbers over here. So Tableau is reading this data as numeric. Okay. At any point in time, if you feel you would like to change the data type, you can do that. You click on this symbol, you can change the data type anywhere you want. If you want to change the date into number, anything, you can do that. But since my data is in the correct format, I don't need to make any change. I can keep it the way it is. Are you all sorted?
So can you just please repeat it? I'm not getting a hold of it. I have
What part?
loaded the I imported the sheet, but after that I'm not able to get to see this in my Tableau screen.
So you're not able to see this data?
Yes, sir.
So see, on this left hand side, you will be seeing all the sheets, right? Copy, East, Office Supplies. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
So you just need to drag the Office Supplies over here. The reason that is because in the Excel, there are multiple sheets. So my data that I want to use is sitting in the Office Supplies sheet. So you just need to drag Office Supplies.
Got it. Thank you, sir.
After that, what Tableau does is it assigns the data type. So this is date type, this is character type, and this is numeric. Okay. Now what you have to do is you have to click on sheet 1. Okay, you have to click at the bottom over here on sheet 1. This is where you will see the sheet 1. Click on this. You will land up on the sheet 1 page. Now this is the main action area, right? This is the place where you make the visualizations, where you make all your charts. So let me just give you a brief around all the different options that you see. The most important section that you will see over here is that is this data pane. So this is the data pane. Okay, if you will see over here, this is called as the data pane. All the data fields that you have, they can be seen over here. You can see all your fields over here. Okay, so there could be a slight difference that you will see in this view on the left hand side, because you all might would have downloaded the 2020 version. So they have changed this view a little bit, but they are cosmetic changes, nothing more than that. But otherwise everything is same. Okay, mine is the 2019 version, so this is just a little different cosmetically, but not from the functionality perspective. So now what Tableau does is Tableau breaks the data into two parts. One is called as dimensions, another is called as measures. Okay, Tableau breaks the data into two parts over here. Now what are dimensions? All your categorical data, the data on which you cannot do any mathematical calculation, that comes under dimensions, and all the fields on which you can do some mathematical calculation, they come under measures, right? Like item name, representative name, region name. On this you cannot do mean, median, mode, so they are all coming under dimensions. And all the data on which you can do the mathematical calculation, you are getting those fields over here. Okay, at any point in time, if you feel that there is a particular field, yeah, Sami, so you would be on the data source. Okay, this is where you are. You have to click on sheet 1 at the bottom. Okay, are you able to see the screen now? Okay, now if you see over here, at any point in time, if you think that there is a particular field that is coming under measures and you want to treat that as a dimension, it's a simple drag and drop. If you drag it up, it will become a dimension. If you drag it back, it will become a measure. Now, in your case, on your screen, you would not be seeing this dimensions and measures being written, right? You all won't be getting these dimensions and measures written over there. Now, this is the cosmetic change. If you want to see it, you can actually see that. See, if you will, just select this field and slowly hover it, if you will take it up, you will actually see that on this side, dimensions and measures will be written. So there is a line that they have now introduced. Everything that is below line, that is measures. Everything that is above line, that is a dimension. You will be able to see those names coming up. If you just try to move this, any of the field little up, that names will come. Right? Can you see it? Just try this out. Or if you will move it down, you will see that names being popped up. Okay, so that is what I was trying to say. It is just a cosmetic change, nothing different. Okay, now this is what we have over here. Vishay, which part do you want me to repeat? And which area? So from which part do you want me to repeat the things? So this data pane that you have right now, what I will do is, let me explain you. Yeah, that is only I have told. We haven't discussed. So dimension is basically categorical data. Measure is your numerical field. If you want to convert anything into a dimension, you simply move it up. If you want to convert it into a measure, you drag it down. Okay, so you can easily convert a dimension into a measure and measure into a dimension. So this is the part that I was explaining. This area that you see over here, this is called as columns and rows. So columns and rows, right, like in the Excel you have. So in the Excel, these are called as columns and these are called as rows. Okay, these are called as rows. Now same is the concept over here in the Tableau as well. Columns and rows. So if you bring the region and put it into the columns, you will see region names are coming column wise. So I have 3 regions in my data: east, north and west. Column 1, column 2, column 3. If you move it into the rows, information will come row wise. Yes, class, are you able to see this? Okay, so Vishay, when you change something into dimension and a measure, see what happen is basically measure means a field on which you can do mathematical calculation, correct? So what will happen is if something is under measure, Tableau will automatically do some sum or average. But if anything is under dimensions, it will not do that, the sum or anything automatically, because it will treat that you are using that as a dimension. Okay. So because, like, for example, if I give you example of employee ID, right? Employee ID is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now employee ID, although data is numerical and it might come under measures, but will you ever say that I want to find the measure, I want to find the mean, or I want to find the sum of the employee IDs? No, you will simply count them up. So what do you do is you simply move it up. Okay, that is what that change will happen. So let me show you. So if I take units, if I drag units over here, it gives me sum of units. It will give me an aggregation. It is giving me sum of units. Now, if I convert it into a dimension, now if I bring this, it will not give me the sum. It is giving me each unit price independently, because it is assuming that these are some categories. So it doesn't understands it in the form of a numerical field now. Okay. So I'll move it down over here. Now let us all do this stuff. Let us bring the representative. Pick up the rep, bring it into the columns. Okay, pick up the rep, put it into the columns. Once this is done, now bring units, pick up the units and put it into the rows.
So please,
and right away you will notice a bar chart is created.
So am I audible to you?
Yeah, your voice is very low. Just give me 1 second, right? Just give me 1 second. Sorry, Akriti. Yeah, please tell me.
So can you please repeat that part of measures and dimensions, like converting measures into dimensions? Like what happens when we convert measures into dimensions?
See, measure. So these are the two fields. Measure. Measure means something that you can calculate, right? That is what we understand by the term measure. So if you see, we have two fields over here. One is units and another is unit price. Okay. So on the units, can I find the sum of units? Yes, I can do that. If I want to find the average of units, yes, I can do that. So by default, what happens is when you bring any of the the numeric field over here, when you have any measures, you bring it over here. By default, what Tableau will do is it will do the sum. You see, it is giving me the total units that were sold. Okay.
But अगर यही चीज हम कॉलम पे जाते तो सम नहीं करता.
नहीं, तब भी सम करेगा. Then also it will be sum. It is just that it will come column wise. If you do it, so this is also sum only.
Like फिर क्रक्स क्या निकल रहा है? Like I'm not getting that कि आप बोलना क्या चाह रहे हैं?
आपकी आवाज बहुत, your voice is very slow.
So I'm not getting that what exactly this means. Like मेरे को
Sum,
क्रक्स नहीं पता चल रहा
what is
कि
open this data.
क्या चीज
Units
बताना चाह रहे हैं.
See, this is units. मैंने ये वाला कॉलम ड्रैग करा अपना टैब्लू में, तो उसने बाय डिफॉल्ट क्या किया, यूनिट्स का सम कर दिया. ठीक है, दिस इज द सम ऑफ यूनिट्स. गॉट इट? 2121 सम आ रहा है आपका ये वाला. सो व्हेन यू हैव अ फील्ड एज अ मेजर, सो टैब्लू उस केस में क्या करता है, उसको बाय डिफॉल्ट उस पर एक एग्रीगेशन कर देता है. व्हाट इज एग्रीगेशन? सम निकालना, एवरेज निकालना, मीन निकालना, उसको आप बोलते हो मेजर. अब देखो, मैंने यूनिट्स निकाला, उसने उसका सम कर दिया. मैं यहाँ पे यूनिट प्राइस लेकर आता हूँ, वो यूनिट प्राइस का सम कर देगा. ठीक है. सो इट इज एडिंग इट अप. तो एग्रीगेशन कर रहा है वो डेटा का। डायमेंशन का मतलब क्या होता है? व्हाट इज डायमेंशन? डायमेंशन मींस कैटेगरी, ठीक है। अब मैं यहाँ पर एक चीज लिखता हूँ यहाँ पे, ठीक है। अगर मैं आपके सामने एक चीज लिखता हूँ यहाँ पे, जस्ट टू एक्सप्लेन यू इन अ बेटर वे, आई हैव रिटन 1, 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, what do you understand by these 4 numbers? Right now
They
you
are
won't
random.
understand this, right?
Right.
They are just random number that I have written. अगर मैं लिखता हूँ कि ये मेरा सेल्स का डेटा है, राइट, अगर मैं इसको लिखता हूँ सेल्स है ये मेरी, कि पहले दिन मेरा 1 यूनिट बिका, अगले दिन मेरे 2 यूनिट बिके, उसके नेक्स्ट दिन मेरे 3 यूनिट बिके, नेक्स्ट डे मेरे 4 यूनिट बिके। डेटा न्यूमेरिक है, ये डेटा न्यूमेरिक है, राइट। तो क्या मैं इसका सम निकाल सकता हूँ?
राइट,
सम निकाल सकता हूँ, ठीक है। मैं ये बोलता हूँ कि ये मेरी लोकेशन कोड है, ये मेरा लोकेशन का कोड है। लोकेशन कोड है, मतलब 1 एक लोकेशन है, 2 एक लोकेशन है, 3 एक लोकेशन है। अब क्या मैं इसका सम करूंगा? नो, बिकॉज उसका कोई मीनिंग नहीं बनता, क्योंकि मेरा लोकेशन के कोड है ये। 1 मीन्स यूएस, 2 मीन्स इंडिया, 3 मीन्स अफ्रीका, राइट। सो इसका मतलब ये हो गया डायमेंशन, ये हो गया डायमेंशन।
ओके,
इसको बोलेंगे डायमेंशन। और जब ये सेल्स था तब वो था मेजर,
ओके,
क्योंकि सेल्स के केस में मैं इसका सम निकालता तो उसका एक मतलब होता, लेकिन जब मैंने इसको लोकेशन कोड बना दिया तब ये बन गया मेरे लिए एक तरीके से अब डायमेंशन। इसके ऊपर मैं कभी एग्रीगेशन नहीं करूंगा।
ओके,
मेकिंग सेंस?
राइट, ओके।
ठीक है, तो अब यही चीज टैब्लू कर रहा है। अब देखो मैंने टैब्लू को क्या किया, जब मैंने इसको बोला कि बॉस यूनिट्स पे मेरे को कोई कैलकुलेशन नहीं करनी है, यूनिट्स मेरे अलग से एक कोड है ये, अब वो उसको कोड समझ रहा है। तो अब आपने जब उसको कोड लिखा तो वो क्या करेगा, अब यूनिट्स के अंदर जब वो जाएगा, व्हेन इट विल सी द यूनिट्स डेटा, तो उसको लगेगा कि ये एक कोड है, ये अलग कोड है, ये अलग कोड है, ये अलग कोड है, तो इसको सम नहीं करेगा, सारे कोड्स को अलग से दिखाना स्टार्ट कर देगा। सो इफ आई नाउ कम ओवर हियर, तो यूनिट्स हैं, ये यूनिट्स को मैं लेकर आया रोज में, तो देखो वो अब हर यूनिट को एज अ कोड समझ रहा है और उसको अलग अलग नंबर्स के बेसिस में दिखा रहा है, उसने उसको सम नहीं किया। क्लियर? Right? Shall I move ahead? Okay. So this is what the difference is. इसको वापस अगर आप मेजर बना दोगे तो ये वापस से अब इसके ऊपर सम निकल कर आ जाएगा। देखो अब ये सम कर दिया उसने। And don't worry, it is just the starting. अभी जब इससे थोड़ा सा और डेटा को देखोगे आप, it will automatically become clear to you. Now what I'll do is I bring the rep. अब मैं rep को लेकर आया यहाँ पे। So rep is column. अब मैं इसको कॉलम में लेके आया तो सारे रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स का नाम कॉलम वाइज आ रहा है, एलेक्स, बिल, जेम्स, मैथ्यू, लाइकवाइज। आई वांट टू सी कि किस रेप ने कितने यूनिट बेचे हैं टोटल, राइट। अल्टीमेटली तो मुझे समरी देखनी है डेटा पे। सो आई वांट टू सी व्हिच रिप्रेजेंटेटिव हैज सोल्ड हाउ मेनी यूनिट्स। सो आई पिक अप द यूनिट्स और मैंने इसको रोज में डाल दिया। ठीक है, यहाँ पे रेप है, यहाँ पे सम ऑफ यूनिट्स है। तो ये मेरे को दिखा रहा है एलेक्स ने 281 यूनिट सेल किए, बिल ने 213 यूनिट सेल किए, रिचर्ड ने 396 यूनिट सेल किए। जस्ट 2 seconds it will take for us to create this chart. Okay, automatically उसने एक बार चार्ट क्रिएट कर दिया। Now you have to understand rows and columns, they also act like x and y axis. Columns क्या है आपके x axis, rows क्या है आपके y axis। जो वेरिएबल आप रोज में डालोगे देखो वो अब वो y पे आ रहा है, जो आपने कॉलम्स में रखा वो x पे आ रहा है। This is another interpretation of the same, right? So this is x and y. Now what I will do is, so this is rows and columns. Over here, if you want to sort this data, आपको ये डेटा दिखाना है कि ये जो बार्स हैं वो डिसेंडिंग ऑर्डर में आए। So you can just click over here, the data gets descending. You click it again, it becomes ascending. You click it again, it is in the alphabetical order of the names. Or you can also sort the data from here. Okay, so you can either sort the data from here or you can sort the data from here. Yeah, so Akriti, so we do not use this for the data cleansing and all. You can do some sort of a data cleansing. I mean, you can do some data preparation, but it is not meant for that purpose. So it is a completely visualization tool. That means your data should be in a proper structured way. Only then you will be able to use it. Like, you know, every tool has its purpose, right? Like you have ETL tools. They are basically used for the data cleansing and they are used for the purpose of data preparation. Then you have the statistical tools that are used for the EDA purpose and the modeling part. Then you have the visualization tools that are just meant for the reports and dashboards. So there are multiple tools. You have databases to store the data. So for each task you have different tools. Okay, now if I'll come over here, this chart has created. So now if you will see, there are some options that you see on this side that are these: color, size, label, detail, tooltip. Let us see this. If you click on the color, you can change the bar colors, right? You can change the color of the bar. If you click on size, you can change the thickness of the bars. Okay. You want to show the labels, click on the label and say show mark labels. You will be able to see data labels at the top, right? कलर से आपका कलर चेंज हो जाएगा, साइज से साइज चेंज हो जाएगा, लेबल से आप उसके ऊपर लेबल्स दिखा सकते हो, राइट? यू वांट टू मॉडिफाई इट, साइज बड़ा करना है उसका, बोल्ड करना है उसे, साइज इंक्रीज करना है, you can do all those changes from here. Correct? Detail is something I'll tell you in a little bit, I think in the next session, because detail का भी यहाँ पे use नहीं होगा. So detail I'll tell you in a little bit of a part. Then you have tooltip. What is a tooltip? Tooltip is जब आप किसी बार के ऊपर hover करते हो, when you hover on any of the bar, you see there is a box that is coming, which is giving me this information: Rep Richard, units 396. This box that you see, this is called as a tooltip. Okay. You can also modify your tooltip. If you click on the tooltip, this is the information that is coming in that box. If you select this entire information, you want to make it bold, italics, change the color. So the same thing will happen on the tooltip. See, I've changed it. So information can be now seen over here like this. Okay. Are you all clear on these options? So Sunil, you have a question. Is the data of Excel also getting changed? No, no, no. So Excel data will not change. See, when you load the data in any of the tools, your source never gets modified. वो किसी भी tool में नहीं होता. आप चाहे R में Excel से लेकर आओ डेटा, चाहे आप Excel से SAS में लेकर आओ, आप Excel से Python में लेकर आओ, Tableau में लेके आओ, Power BI में लेके आओ, किसी भी कोई भी टूल आपका सोर्स को कभी नहीं चेंज कर सकता, राइट? Yes, Saurabh. So if you will change this, if you will just change it, right? अगर आप इसको रोज, इस वाले पार्ट को आप रोज में ले जाओगे और उस वाले को आप कॉलम्स में ले आओगे, so as I said, ये x एक्सिस होता है, ये y एक्सिस होता है. अगर आपने x और y को आपस में इंटरचेंज कर दिया, तो y पे आपका रिप्रेजेंटेटिव का नाम आ जाएगा और x पे आपका काउंट आ जाएगा. So that is the same thing that will happen. तो उसकी शॉर्टकट टेक्निक होती है, राइट? यहाँ पे एक शॉर्टकट की होती है उसकी. If you will click on this swap rows and columns, तो ये रोज वाले पार्ट को कॉलम में ले जाता है, कॉलम वाले को रोज में ले आता है. If you click on this, see the chart changes. तो x and y चेंज हो गया, आपका y पे रेप का नाम आ गया और x पे आपका यूनिट आ गया. करेक्ट? So Samir, if you see over here now, what is happening is, आपने सिर्फ दो कॉलम्स यूज किए हैं अभी आपने यहाँ पे अपने, राइट? आपने सिर्फ पूरे डेटा में से आपने सिर्फ दो कॉलम यूज किए हैं आपने. एक कॉलम ये और एक कॉलम ये. अभी आप इस चार्ट में सिर्फ दो कॉलम यूज कर रहे हो एंड नॉट द एंटायर डेटा. So if you want to export this thing, what you will have to do is, if you right click on this, right, you can copy. अब ये option ना आपके पास, again this is the second limitation, ये जो option आपको दिखाने वाला हूँ, this option is not available in the Tableau public. If I click on the copy, I can copy the data. अब जब ये कॉपी होगा डेटा ना, तो ये डेटा सिर्फ आपका इस चार्ट का डेटा कॉपी होगा, ना कि पूरा डेटा. ओके, इफ आई पेस्ट इट, सी सिर्फ जो डेटा उस चार्ट में दिख रहा था उतना ही डेटा कॉपी हुआ, नथिंग मोर देन दैट. Okay, so I will advise you, try to learn this tool from the visualization perspective and the dashboarding, because all that, if you think that EDA stuff and all, so that is nowhere relevant over here in the tab. उसका EDA से या import export of the data से कोई मतलब नहीं है, data cleansing से कोई मतलब नहीं है. That's a different kind of a work. The work that you do in the Tableau, that is altogether a different work. So you have to understand this tool from the data insights perspective, कि डेटा में क्या इंसाइट्स निकल कर आ रहे हैं, आप कितनी इंटरेस्टिंग रिपोर्ट बना सकते हो, कितनी ऐसी रिपोर्ट, हाउ कैन यू क्रिएट अ रिपोर्ट व्हिच इज वेरी इजी टू कंज्यूम एंड इट कैन बी वेरी इजीली यूज्ड बाय द सीनियर स्टेक होल्डर्स. सो आपको ये टूल उस पर्सपेक्टिव से सीखना है. ओके, द अल्टीमेट एंड प्रोडक्ट, क्योंकि अल्टीमेटली जब भी आप कोई किसी भी प्रोजेक्ट पे आप काम करते हो, यू ऑलवेज शेयर द की समरी ऑफ दैट विद द एंड यूजर. नो वन इज एवर इंटरेस्टेड कि आपने मॉडल क्या लगाया था या फिर आपके वेरिएबल्स क्या निकल कर आए थे, आपने उसमें क्या इंप्यूटेशन किया. दे आर नेवर इंटरेस्टेड इन दैट, दे आर ओनली इंटरेस्टेड इन द एंड प्रोडक्ट. सो यू हैव टू लर्न फ्रॉम दैट पर्सपेक्टिव ओवर हियर. Okay, are we all clear? Anyone, any questions on this? Okay, so now on this chart, the further thing that you can do is you can put up a title on this chart. If you want to put up a title, double click over here. By default it is the sheet name. What is the sheet name? sheet का जो भी नाम होगा वही आपका title में आ रहा होगा. If suppose I remove it and I say units sold by reps. Okay, I'm just putting a title. I make this title bold. आपने इसको select किया. I make it bold. I make it center aligned. Apply and okay. So now my chart also has a title on this. Okay, so this is the first chart that you all have created. Now on one chart, on one sheet, आप एक sheet पे सिर्फ एक chart create कर सकते हो. Okay, एक sheet पे आप सिर्फ एक chart create कर सकते हो. You want to add more sheets, तो आप इस पे click करोगे, new worksheets. Just click on this symbol, new worksheets. A new worksheet will be added, and it will have the same look and feel, and you can create your another chart over here. Now let us create another chart. I would like to see in which region highest number of units were sold. So I bring region and units, and let me sort the data. I can see that in the north region, highest number of units were sold, and in the west region, lowest number of units were sold. Okay, we can see it from here. So this is the analysis on the basis of region. Now this task is done, right? अब आपके charts आपने दो create कर लिए. किसी को कोई question? Anyone, any question up till here? Anyone having any doubt or question on this part? No. See, now you know what we will be doing over here is, now I will be telling you that how you can save this file. जो आप लोगों ने काम किया है, आप लोगों ने Tableau public पे काम किया है. That is the third limitation. Anything that you do in on the Tableau public, you cannot save that work on your local machine. आपने जो अपनी report create की है, that report you will not be able to save on your लोकल मशीन, वो आपकी लोकल मशीन पे सेव नहीं होगी, बट यस टैब्लू लाइसेंस सॉफ्टवेयर के केस में मैं उस फाइल को सेव कर सकता हूँ अपनी लोकल मशीन पे. If I'll save it, I'll be able to save it on my machine. But in your case, it will be saved on the Tableau server. वो आपके Tableau public server पे आपकी फाइल सेव होगी, और कोई प्रॉब्लम की बात नहीं है क्योंकि वो आपका अकाउंट बनेगा जिसमें आपके सारा वर्क आपका सेव होगा. So how you will save the file? See, click on the file option. Click on the file option. You will be getting an option of save to Tableau public. जैसे मेरे में save का ऑप्शन आ रहा है, आप लोगों के केस में save to Tableau public आ रहा होगा. Can you see it? All of you, can you all see that? Save to Tableau public. Just click on the Tableau public. It will ask you to create an account. क्योंकि वो आपसे आईडी पासवर्ड मांगेगा, तो आप लोगों ने अभी कोई अकाउंट क्रिएट नहीं किया होगा, तो देखो एक छोटा सा डायलॉग बॉक्स आ जाएगा आपकी स्क्रीन पे. यू विल गेट अ डायलॉग बॉक्स ऑन योर स्क्रीन. इस तरीके से बीच में डायलॉग बॉक्स आएगा, और देखो नीचे एक छोटी सी लाइन लिखी हुई है, क्रिएट वन नाउ फॉर फ्री. उस डायलॉग बॉक्स में नीचे एक छोटी सी लाइन लिखी होगी, क्रिएट वन नाउ फॉर फ्री. राइट, जैसे आप उस पर क्लिक करोगे, इट विल जस्ट आस्क फॉर द बेसिक इंफॉर्मेशन. आपका ईमेल क्या है, आपका पासवर्ड क्या रखना है आपको, और आपका नाम क्या है. बस ये 3 चीजें आपको डालनी है उसमें, और आपका अकाउंट क्रिएट हो जाएगा टैब्लू पब्लिक पे. एंड देन सेव दैट फाइल, और वो फाइल आपकी जाके सेव हो जाएगी टैब्लू पब्लिक क्लाउड पे. ओके, लेट मी ऑल्सो ओपन दैट क्लाउड सो दैट वी कैन ऑल सी इट. जब आप उसको सेव करोगे, वो आपके अकाउंट पे जाके इन्फॉर्मेशन सारा सेव हो जाएगा. सो आई एम ऑल्सो साइनिंग इन ऑन टू माई टैब्लू अकाउंट. तो ये मेरा अकाउंट है, मैंने जितनी भी रिपोर्ट्स वगैरह बनाई है, सो आई कैन सी एवरीथिंग इज सेव्ड ओवर हियर. अब मैं कोई भी फाइल खोल के कुछ भी देख सकता हूँ मैं यहाँ पे. आई कैन ओपन एनी ऑफ द फाइल एंड आई कैन सी इट. सो इसी तरीके से आपकी भी एक लाइब्रेरी बन जाएगी जहाँ पे आपकी सारी इंफॉर्मेशन सेव होती रहेगी. All of you please do it and let me know if you are having any troubles in that. Yes, Saurabh, you can do the geospatial analysis. You can do the real time data analysis. जैसे आपके Google Maps होते हैं, उसमें भी रियल टाइम मॉनिटरिंग होती है, राइट. आपके लैटिट्यूड एंड लॉन्जिट्यूड चेंज होते हैं, जिसकी वजह से आपको लगता है कि आपका जो मैप है वो अपडेट हो रहा है, आप आगे जा रहे हो या पीछे जा रहे हो, राइट. सो दोज थिंग्स कैन बी डन ओवर हियर.
Sir, one thing. Hello. Yes, sir. One thing.
Yeah.
So, like you said, कि यहाँ पर drag and drop है, we have to just use our cursors. Is it possible कि like when we do complete end-to-end model creation, तो उसमें भी हम charts में instead of using the like libraries, Tableau के functions और features use करें in our Python code? तो is that possible?
Sorry, I didn't get a question. You want to use the Python codes in the Tableau?
I want to use Tableau in the Python codes. So is that possible?
नहीं, वहां पर नहीं यूज होता. नहीं, वहां पर नहीं यूज होता. आप टैब्लू पाइथन के कोड्स टैब्लू में लिख सकते हो. सपोज करो आपने कोई चार्ट क्रिएट किया था पाइथन में, और आपको वो चार्ट टैब्लू में क्रिएट करना है, तो आप वो कर सकते हो कि आपको वहां से पाइथन का कोड कॉपी करके आप अपने अपने टैब्लू में लेकर आ सकते हो, और वो चार्ट आपका सेम चार्ट आपका पाइथन टैब्लू में क्रिएट होगा.
Okay. Okay.
And like,
Sir,
sir,
but just to be clear, it will not happen in Tableau public, will it? मतलब my Python code being getting here.
नहीं, वो हो जाएगा आपका. उसमें स्क्रिप्ट कुछ नहीं होता, एक फंक्शन होता है आर स्क्रिप्ट. तो उस फंक्शन में आपको बस अपना कोड कॉपी पेस्ट करना होता है, वो आपका चार्ट क्रिएट कर देता है.
Okay, sir.
तो बेसिकली क्या होता है, आपको पहले आपको आर में आपको एक पैकेज इंस्टॉल करना पड़ेगा, आर सर्व. ओके, आर सर्व एक पैकेज इंस्टॉल करना पड़ता है आपको अपने आर में. तो ऐसी एक पैकेज आपका पाइथन में आता है, आई विल टेल यू दैट नेम. तो जब वो पैकेज आपका इंस्टॉल हो जाता है, तो फिर आपका टैब्लू और आर के बीच में एक लिंक क्रिएट हो जाता है. तो फिर जो भी आप चार्ट क्रिएट, जो भी कोड पाइथन का कोड आप यहाँ पे लिखोगे, तो चार्ट बनेगा, सिर्फ मॉडल नहीं बनेगा. डोंट थिंक कि आपका मॉडल बन के आ जाएगा, राइट. सिर्फ और सिर्फ चार्ट. आप जो ईडी में चार्ट्स वगैरह क्रिएट करते हो, सो दैट चार्ट वो आपका क्रिएट हो जाएगा. इसी बिल्कुल सेम लुक एंड फील का जो आपने पाइथन में क्रिएट किया होगा या आर में.
And sir, I just wanted to know one thing. Like, I have saved only the sheet. Like, I have clicked save button when my computer screen was on sheet 2. So when I am like, I'm going to my account, I'm only able to see the sheet 2 and not the sheet 1. But why is that so?
Or the complete file is loaded. वो बस आपको you will just have to scroll down. When you will scroll down over here, you will see metadata. So all the sheets names are visible over here. So if you
Okay,
will
okay.
select sheet 1, so it will show you sheet 1.
Right.
If you click on sheet 2, it will
Right.
show you.
Okay, sir. Okay.
And now see, the good thing about this is, see, this is again like this is a server only, right? So over here, you will see on this chart is the share option. If you click on share and you copy this link, if I'll share this link with all of you, you will all be able to see this report. Okay, so if I'll share this link over here on the chat, if you will click on this, you will be able to see my work. Okay, and from here, like this over here, from this Tableau public server, you can also download. If you want to download the image of the chart, data, cross tab, PDF file format, PowerPoint or Tableau workbook. See, you can download the Tableau workbook also. But this Tableau workbook will open only in the licensed software. ये आपकी सिर्फ licensed software में खुलेगी, ये आपकी public में नहीं खुलेगी. अगर आप इसको डाउनलोड करते हो एंड यू थिंक कि पब्लिक में खुल जाएगा, नहीं, ये पब्लिक में नहीं खुलेगा, ये सिर्फ और सिर्फ आपका टैब्लू डेस्कटॉप सॉफ्टवेयर में खुलेगा. बट येस, द क्वेश्चन कुड बी कि आपने कोई वर्क सेव किया हुआ था अपने टैब्लू पब्लिक पे और आपको लगता है कि यार उसी को मुझे उस पर दोबारा रीवर्क करना है, तो आप वो कर सकते हो, राइट. अपना टैब्लू पब्लिक खोलोगे तो जहाँ पे आपका फाइल का ऑप्शन आ रहा है, राइट, तो वहां पे ओपन का ऑप्शन आ रहा होगा. आप जैसे ही ओपन पे क्लिक करोगे वो आपसे अकाउंट का आईडी पासवर्ड मांगेगा और जितने भी आपकी फाइल्स पब्लिक सर्वर पे सेव्ड हैं वो सबका आपको नाम दिखाना स्टार्ट कर देगा. जो सी फाइल आप खोलोगे आप उसको दोबारा से एडिटिंग और उस पर रीवर्क कर सकते हो. Okay, am I making sense to all of you?
Sir, it is opening. Hello?
Opening, sorry.
I'm just saying that I just, downloaded that workbook. And it got opened in public only. So
That's fine.
maybe others can try too. That's what I'm saying.
No, it will not open in that public. वो आपकी पब्लिक में खुली हुई होगी पहले से. अभी दूसरी को तो नहीं चेक कर रहे हो?
नहीं सर, दो अलग अलग टैब्स खुले हुए हैं, तभी तो बता रहा हूँ.
Okay. वैसे खुलता नहीं है क्योंकि चेक दिस आउट, क्योंकि वो TWBX फाइल फॉर्मेट होता है आपका. जो फाइल आपकी खुलती है आपका, या तो आपने वो 14 डे ट्रायल तो नहीं इंस्टॉल करा हुआ है उसमें?
नहीं सर, मेरा वो है लेटेस्ट जो 2020 मतलब लेटेस्ट 3.2 है, वो मैंने इंस्टॉल कर रखा है एक्चुअली. मेरे पास वो नहीं है.
क्या चीज आपने पब्लिक
So
इंस्टॉल किया हुआ है या फिर दूसरा वाला भी?
यस सर, पब्लिक का जो लेटेस्ट एडिशन है वो इंस्टॉल्ड है. मेरे पास वो नहीं है, ट्रायल नहीं है.
Okay. Because if I'll open it up, if I'll download it, so it will not open in the public. But still, I'll check it once. अगर उन्होंने कुछ चेंज किया हो, क्योंकि अगर उसमें खुल जाएगी तो फिर तो आप कुछ पे एडिट कर सकते हो उसके अंदर.
I'll see it again, then confirm you.
Can you share your screen?
Just give me a second, sir. Just give me a second. I'm just trying to download it once again.
Okay.
So just to make it sure. Book one.
Close कर देना अपना पब्लिक को. And please do not, publish any of your confidential information on the Tableau public, क्योंकि Tableau public का मतलब है कि आपके अकाउंट को कोई भी एक्सेस कर सकता है. तो ऐसा मत करना कि अपने ऑफिस का कोई अपने डेटा यूज कर लिया फिर रिपोर्ट बनाने के लिए और उसने अपने उसको Tableau public पे सेव कर दिया, क्योंकि पब्लिक है तो यानी वो इन्फॉर्मेशन सबको विजिबल है. सो इट कैन बी अ प्रॉब्लम फॉर यू.
Sir, you can make me a presenter if you want. So this is the file. Can you see
Surya?
it, sir?
No, not yet.
Not
So
yet.
Surya, what do you want the help on?
I had successfully installed the application which was Tableau Public, but when I'm double clicking the application to start on my system, it is not opening or responding to my query.
Okay.
So can you see the screen now?
Yeah, I can see it. Right.
So
It
I have
might
just
be, with the.
I have just downloaded this file. It's here. If you want, I'm closing it again, and this is my downloaded file. This is just showing you that it's a TWBX format.
TWBX means Tableau package workbook.
So am I wrong? See, so this is which it just got opened, so I'm just showing it to you.
Okay. Maybe with this latest update they might would have changed something. Okay. So this file can also be opened up in the Tableau license software also. Like the TWBX, I'll tell you there are two file formats, TWB, TWBX. We will discuss on that part. So I'll tell you on that. Okay. Yeah, Surya. So what is the concern with you? So your the software is not getting installed, right?
No, the software has been installed successfully, but it is not opening up.
Can you share your screen if possible?
Sure.
Surya.
Now this is it. So it shows me that that system is, answering my query, but it's not successful.
It takes a little time to open up. Just wait for a moment. So is it not opening up? I mean, every time you're clicking on it, it is not coming up over here, right?
Yes, it is not showing me. The system is processing because I can see in this that the task manager, it is performing some action, but it is not successfully done. It's showing me here. But it's not successful.
Okay. Which Windows are you using? This is Windows with 10.
Yes.
Strange. Can you go from the Windows icon? Just click on that Windows and see from there. You'll try it from there.
Run as administrator would work.
I hope this is not your office laptop, right? Or this is a personal laptop?
No, this is my personal one. This is it.
You can just, the only thing that you can try is just try to reinstall it. Did you try that?
Yes, I did. But failure is all I have got till yet.
Because otherwise, that should at least give some error, if nothing is opening up, because, or maybe a restart might be help you out. Just try that out. If still you're not able to do it, maybe you can download the trial version, the 14-day trial. But technically, you should be able to do it. It should not be a problem.
Okay,
Maybe try to restart the system and.
Sure. I will do the needful. Thank you.
Okay. Sure, guys. So yes, you can all leave. So this is where we stop for today, right? So in the next session, we will be starting with some more advanced stuff onto this. So this was just an introductory session onto the Tappy for today. Okay, guys. So till then, so let's connect next week and we'll continue on it.